For a split second, Tessa wondered if she'd just created a future trip to the med clinic. Her fears gave way to fondness as she watched Aya carefully unlatch the little gate in the kid-height railing around the elevator shaft. Aya sat on the floor and scooted forward to the bench, a flat, legless plank big enough for two adults sitting hip to hip. The plank was connected to a motorized pulley, which, in turn, was attached to the ceiling with heavy bolts. Aya sat in quiet assessment, a rare occurrence. She leaned forward a bit, and though Tessa couldn't see her face, she could picture the little crumpled frown she knew had appeared. Aya didn't look sure about this. A steep, dark ride was one thing when held firmly on your mother's lap. It was another entirely when the only person taking the ride was you, and nobody would catch you. Nobody would yell for help on your behalf. You had to be able to catch yourself. You had to be able to raise your voice. Aya picked up the control box wired to the pulley and pressed the down button. The bench descended. "I don't need you," Aya had said. The words didn't sting anymore. They made Tessa smile. She turned back to the cleaner bot and resumed her repairs. She'd get the bot working. She'd let her daughter watch ships or count stars or whatever it was she wanted to do. She'd talk to her brother from half a galaxy away. She'd eat dinner. She'd call her partner from half a system away. She'd sing their daughter to sleep. And she'd fall asleep herself whenever her brain stopped thinking about work. A simple day, a normal day, a good day. She'd just about put the bot back together when Aya started to scream. Isabel. Isabel didn't want to look. She didn't want to see it. Didn't want whatever nightmare lay out there to etch itself permanently into memory. But that was exactly why she had to go. Nobody would want to look at it now, but they would one day, and it was important that nobody forgot. Somebody had to look. Somebody had to make a record. "Do you have the cams?" she asked, hurrying toward the exit. Deshi, one of the junior archivists, fell alongside her, matching her stride. "Yeah," he said, shouldering a satchel. "I took both packs, so we'll have plenty to—" Holy shit! They'd stepped out of the archives and into a panic, a heaving chaos of bodies and noise. The plaza was as full as it was on any festival day, but this was no celebration. This was terror in real time. Deshi's mouth hung open. Isabel reached out and squeezed his young hand with her wrinkled fingers. She had to lead the way, even as her knees went to jelly and her chest went tight. "Get the cams out," she said. "Start recording." Her colleague gestured at his scrib and opened his satchel, and the camera spheres flew out, glowing blue as they absorbed sight and sound. Isabel reached up and tapped the frame of the HUD that rested over her eyes. She tapped again, 2 short, 1 long. The HUD registered the command, and a little blinking light at the corner of her left eye let her know her device was recording as well. She cleared her throat. "This is Senior Archivist Isabel Ito, head of the Asteria Archives," she said, hoping the HUD could pick up her voice over the din. "I am with Junior Archivist Deshi Arocha, and the date is GC Standard 129303. We have just received word of... Her attention was dragged away by a man crumbling soundlessly to his knees. She shook her head and brought herself center. "Of a catastrophic accident aboard the Oxomoco. Some kind of breach and decompression. It is believed a shuttle crash was involved, but we do not have many details yet. We are now headed to the public cupola to document what we can." She was not a reporter. She did not have to embellish a moment with extraneous words. She simply had to preserve the one unfolding. She and Deshi made their way through the crowd, surrounded by their cloud of cams.